I've created a few videos talking about the benefits of running on the treadmill. Number one, it's great to do a run analysis. It keeps you stationary. You can do various views of the front view, the side view, the back view, and you can change your paces or you can change the incline like I have to see what your foot strike and your cadence look like with changes in the terrain on a treadmill. The biggest benefit also is when you just can't run outside, mainly due to weather, thunder, lightning, a bad winter storm, and it's just unsafe. Definitely treadmill running is better than not running at all. Some people would say otherwise. They'd rather not run at all if they were forced to run on a treadmill. Not really forced to run on a treadmill. If their only option was to run on a treadmill, they wouldn't run at all. And I just think running on any terrain and any time of day, whenever you can get it in, is better than not running at all, because it's really good for clear the mind as well as get you physically fit, and if you're training for an event. But there are some cons to a treadmill running. I've gotten injured running on a treadmill where I was playing with the incline but not changing my pace, and I just kept this pretty high pace and I was going up and up and up on the incline, and I ended up pulling my hip flexor groin area. This was probably back in 1995, so a long time ago. I learned from it. And I've always been hesitant to myself and other athletes doing an incline on the treadmill. And I also think that if you are training for hilly terrain and you just don't have access where you live to train on the hills, I think doing a little bit of running on an incline at a very moderate to low pace, and really doing it by RPE so you don't force a certain pace on an incline on the treadmill to decrease your chances of injury is the way to go. But ultimately, running hills outside doesn't compare to, in my mind, to running an incline on a treadmill. But today I wanted to talk about the biggest con of treadmill running is it does change your gait, it does change your cadence, and it might change your foot strike. So really what I mean by that is when you're running, your hip flexors are pulling, they're driving your knee forward, and your hip extensors are what brings your leg backwards. And just due to the revolving nature of the belt, as you run on the treadmill, you are strengthening those hip flexors. They're doing more of the work, but your hip extensors end up doing less work than if you were running naturally out on outside terrain. Due to that revolving belt, that is helping your leg pull your leg up and around in a circular motion. So you just want to be aware of that. If you are doing a lot of your training on the treadmill, it's really important to try to balance that out with some running outside. Again, I know it's difficult. Some people can only run on the treadmill due to their livelihood and what they have access to, and they can only do that late at night, and it's obviously safer to run indoors than outdoors when it's late at night. But just be aware of the effects, pros and cons of what's going on while running on the treadmill. And again, if you develop any issue or injury, pain that's limiting your running, you want to look at the terrain that you're spending most of your time on. Is it a soft treadmill surface, flat, incline? Is it a hard concrete surface outside? Or maybe, you know, you just need to go to the track and run on. I think that probably the best surface to run on is a track, or obviously a trail. I think trail running on dirt is the best form, the best terrain to run on, and it's my favorite form of training. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments about treadmill running. If you have any questions, comment below, and I hope you make it a great day.